Oh, hello, Dinky-Doo. A very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue, and we are, of course, live on YouTube. This is the big one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you've just joined us, let us know what you're up to, of course. Come and say hello. I am the world's top broadcaster. I'm the first lord of the internet, and I thought I'd just pop up and say hi to every single one of you. Keep you up to date with what's happening, a little bit of housekeeping, and just have a bit of a chat with you. We've got lots of things we could talk about tonight. I would be quite keen to talk about things like cars and boats and aeroplanes and things that might interest some of us. And we'll just go with that. If there's anything else you want to talk about, we can do. But I strongly suggest we keep away from things like lockdown and viruses and all that sort of thing. That's going on anyway. There's nothing we can do about that. So there we are. So do tell everybody, tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that Scottie McClue is live on YouTube just for you, Dinky-Doo. And we'll see who joins us. I think that's always a good thing to do. See who joins us. And if you like what you see, we'll maybe do a bit more of it. If you don't like what you see, we'll maybe do a bit more of it. We'll see how things are. There's Scott saying Dinky-Doo to Scottie McClue. Hello, Scottie, says Anonymous. Hello, Anonymous. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, finally a new stream, says A Good Pizza. Yes, well, I've been growing a little bit of a beard, you see, and I didn't want to look too scary. So that's the stuff. So I wanted it to settle down a little bit. So that's what we've been doing there. Now, if we can all start sharing a bit, I think that would be rather good. And tell 10 to tell 10, get the message out there that we are live and get things moving along from that point of view. That would be very, very helpful. So if you do your bit as well, it's always a good idea. And remember, Scottie McClue is entirely different to anything else that's online because we are all for each other. So there's no idiots, come on, anything like that. We don't tolerate them because they're a waste of time and space. So there we are, a complete waste. So we have all the top people on and we do all the top chit. Very important. If you've never heard of me, if you're an alien life form from another planet, I'm Scottie McClue, capital S, small C-O-T-T-I-E. That's the Scottie, and the McClue, capital M, small c, capital C-L-U-E. This is a podcast, and we'll upload it. It'll be uploaded on YouTube, and we can... There we are. Hello, says Tender. Hello, Tender. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo from me, Scottie McClue. Woohoo! Says lol, 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 lol. Right, I'm going to do a bit of sharing, and I will expect you to do the same, and we can get that out there. Talking of boats, I remember going on a fishing trip from Rosyth when I was at primary school age. My dad and brothers, a lovely night. And we spent a lot of time meeting the skippers. So there you are, fantastic stuff. And you had a good time. So they are very, very important. We've been talking a lot recently on the Facebook page about steamships. Hello, Father Christmas, says Tender. Hello, Tender. Who's your favourite YouTuber, says A Good Pizza. Well, I think we've got to say Scottie McClue is my absolute very, very favourite. So there we are. We can't get too much of him now, can we? So there we are. Excellent stuff. Right, let's get this going. So there we are. We're live now, and we'll do a bit of sharing. Wonderful. Get that out to you. Let everybody know what's happening. There's no particular rush, guys. That's what I was saying to you. You know, I think it's just a question of, you know, we are going out live, and we'll just get this shared and shared and shared. Let everybody know what is happening. I can just put live now, I think, and that would let us know. I'm so happy you're streaming. Dinky-Doo, it's lovely to be streaming. A guy chapped my door with a beard. That's why I never heard him. That's one of mine, Scott. What's your favourite football team? Oh, my goodness me. I'm not really a football fan, to be quite honest. I do love the Celtic, I think, Mon the Hoops. And I love the Rangers, you know, we are the people. And I like the Morton in Greenock. I like the Partick Thistle, the Jaggies. We are the Jaggy Bunnets. I like them. I like the Hearts, the Jambos. I like the High Bees. Very big on Arsenal. Great Arsenal fan. Love the Manchester City. Love the Man United as well. Love Liverpool. Liverpool, excellent. Love Everton. Fantastic. Love Newcastle United. Love Leeds United. Love Borough. Oh, it's so difficult, you know. Usually the winning team, I go for that. Sometimes I go along early to an Old Firm game in Glasgow because there's a chance I might actually get a game. So there we are. Fantastic. So if you want to talk about anything, do let us know. You can chit-chat there. Hi, Scotty. Lovely night here in Edinburgh. Where have you been for the last week, says Andrew Downey. Oh, I've been in lockdown. Well, I'm still in lockdown, of course, but I've been growing a wee beard, Andrew, and I didn't want to look too ridiculous. Betty says, what's your opinion on the Dominic Cummings fiasco? Well, it could have been handled an awful lot better, couldn't it? Let's have it straight. If the man had just come straight, and a lot of people, mainly doubting Thomases, are saying that all that stuff that was being read out yesterday was all prepared and everybody thought up a good excuse. But is there really an excuse for any of that? You know what I mean? It could have been handled tremendously better. I mean, I must say, you know, regarding politics, I'm apolitical, of course, but I must say that I'm very, very impressed with the way that the Scottish First Minister has handled all this. I think she's handled it extremely well. So there you are. But let's not get into discussing all that because that's in the mainstream media. Let's talk about things that we want to talk about. And lovely to hear people on there from Edinburgh. We'll see where we get everybody from now. I'm just going to let folk know what's happening here, guys. So there we are. Dinky-Doo, Scotty, says Nikki. Hello, Nikki. Lovely to have you with us. Excellent. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just going to tell everybody what's happening. And I'll just say that we are live now. There it is. Yes, live now. Come and join in. That's quite a nice thing to say. Live now. Come and join in. Do you like that? Sorry if I'm peering around the side. It's just I've got so much on the old desk here. I could maybe move myself over a wee bit and then I might do less peering around the side. I started watching all the Star Wars movie during the quarantine for the first time. Yes, how many people have managed to turn this to a bit of an advantage and look at old movies they might not have seen, read books they might not have read, you know, talk to people they might not have talked to for some time. Come and tell us all the success stories about this. So there we are. Dinky-Doo, Scotty. Dinky-Doo, Jack. Good to have you with us and welcome. Now, there we are. Live now. Come and join in. And I'll just post that, guys, and that will let everybody know what is happening. All right, so that's getting posted now as we speak, and we can tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that Scottie McClue is live on YouTube just for you, Dinky-Doo. And of course, as a lot of you will know, I did 30 morning pop-ups on Facebook Live on the Scottie McClue Facebook. So you can get on and see that as well. Are we ever getting a Discord server, Scotty? Good. I have to look into all this. This is very advanced for an old chap like me, you know. So there we are. So I have to do all that. So what shall I put here? Come and join us. Come and join us. And I'll put Scottie McClue is live new. Pardon me, Scottie McClue is live new. That looks quite good. Is that too Scottish? I wonder, shall I put an exclamation mark? Would that be good? Yes, we like that. A wee exclamation mark just to let everybody know And that's that posted. So there you are. So I've told everybody on YouTube what's going on. Scotty, read my name and try and guess who. Don't, I missed that there. It'll no doubt come back. So there we are. Fantastic. I did read your name, Jack. I gave you a mention. Fantastic stuff. So there we go. Oh, yes, we've got it now. Right. I see what's going on here. Wonderful. Now, I can probably send this round. See, this is all rather good, guys. This is incredible. So what I'm going to do, I can send out to all the Scotty Facebook pages. There's about half a dozen of them. And of course, if you could spread the word on YouTube, tell 100 to tell 100. Read my name and try and guess who have the same second name as. It's someone famous. Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, I remember, with the car. Fantastic. Right, I'm just sending out this to the big one. This is going to the big one, everybody. Share on a page. So we'll send it out and let everybody know what's what. I think it's best that we do the sharing as we're going, don't you? If we're honest about it. Right, and we like to be honest. There should be a lot more honesty around out there. Another boat thing, I've got a wee flake of coal from the Titanic. Excellent stuff. So there we go. And good evening, Scotty, says the Impressionist. Good evening, Impressionist. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo. Are we spreading the word, guys? Have we told everybody McClue is live the new? Excellent. I'm just going to tell people on my LinkedIn page, there's a nice 10,000 of you have joined me on LinkedIn. It's incredible just how big the Scottie McClue brand is. Fantastic stuff. Mind you, we have been about for 28 years in about 2 or 3 weeks' time. You know, I mean, that's not bad if we're honest about it. So there we go. Not bad at all, I say. Yes, letting that get round. I'll just put in some hashtags here. Let everybody know what's going on. Wonderful. YouTube channel and YouTube. Great advert for YouTube, Scottie McClue. You can't beat it. So there we are. Wonderful. All that going out there. Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And I'll just put in YouTube Live. And if you can all do the same, that would be great. There we go. Wonderful. YouTube Live. Right, I'm going to post this, guys. And that should let people know. And then you can come and join us. It says I can view it. So I'll just view the post as well. What are you all saying? Oh, the Titanic. Yes, so there we are. Do you agree with them cutting into the wreck to retrieve the machine used to send the distress call? Now, I'm wondering, would that be the Morse key? Because these Morse keys, they're probably not worth more than about 50 quid, although the one coming from the Titanic would be worth substantially more. There would be quite a premium on that. So there you are. Dinky-Doo, to everybody who's just joined us, a very warm welcome. Lovely to have you with us. And total disgrace, you're absolutely wrong. So what we'll have to do is remove that because you're telling a lie. So there you are. And Costello, what we'll do with you is just put you in timeout. There we are. So there we are. Guys, if you're coming on, remember this is totally different to anything else online. You don't cheek up. You don't give out nonsense or anything like that. You're back, Dinky-Doo, says Fiona. Yes, we're back, Fiona. Lovely to have you with us. Welcome, 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 I say. Right, there we go. That's gone out there. And we're just letting everybody know. Hello, says Fortnite. Hello, Fortnite. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, always excellent stuff. Just telling everybody that McClue's here, of course. Not a problem. What else have we got? We're sharing at the moment, guys. So come and join in the sharing. If you can all share, you tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 about Scottie McClue live on YouTube just for you, Dinky-Doo. Thomas is there. Thomas Fiana, I should have recognized you from your handle. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, wonderful stuff. And I'm just explaining to them, Thomas, that on here, we don't muck about. We're sensible people. And we do fantastic things. So I'm just going to share out here. Share in a group. Wonderful. I'm sharing in a group. That's the stuff group name. So we'll just let everybody know. Excellent. Wonderful, wonderful. And let everybody know that we are live now. If you can all do the same, that would just be amazing. It would just be incredible. Right. That's gone out there, so we can let everybody know that that's gone out as well. And you can do the same. I shall keep doing it as we go and keep sharing as we go. And as I say, if you can let everybody know, that would be fantastic. Jenny says, what's she saying there? You look like you've lost weight, Scotty. The beard suits you, sir. Do you think so, Tam? Well, I went off doing our live programs. I'd done 4 years of them, and we'd done 30 morning pop-ups for an hour each. So that's 30 hours of broadcasting for the nation. And I thought, I want to grow a beard, but I didn't want to look stubbly. So I'm glad you like that. Thank you for that. Very, very important. And I'm just going to let everybody know what's going on live now. There we go. We're talking about cars, boats, planes, mechanical things, anything you want to come up with, please do. There we are. You're very, very welcome. It would be lovely to do that. And I'm just sharing all the time, guys. If you can all help, then tremendous. Get sharing. Let everybody know that Scottie McClue is live. Big style. So there we are. And wonderful. Right. So I'm doing that. You want to put excess into a YouTube chat. Fantastic. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Explain yourself, sir, I say. I don't identify as a she. Very offensive. Do you not, Jenny? Well, you need to let us know that. And I don't think you are offensive at all. You haven't been offensive yet, and we don't allow people to be offensive. So I'll get you off with a warning. Fantastic. Right. What do we got here? There we are. What I'm doing, guys, I'm sharing on Twitter. So it should come up. I'll just say live now, and see what people. There we are. Live. We'll do live stream. There we are. Yes. And we'll get that up as well. And just put join us, will we? And there we go. So if you can do the sharing with me, that would be fantastic. Have you been up to anything nice in your break from the morning pop-ups? Yes, I've been doing a lot of work around the house, so it's been fantastic from that point of view, Tam. Scotty, you look younger with a beard. How very, very interesting. So there we are. Lovely to have you with us. Guys, if you're joining us, remember it's not for idiots. So there we are. BM says, my pronouns are she/it. So there we are. Okay, it. We can call you it. Do you identify as it? I see. Excellent stuff. There we are. Now, what else have we got here? Right. What to do, guys? Get sharing and sharing and sharing. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. And there's no great rush. No idiots. I'm out, says John. John, you are far from an idiot. You know that. Don't be silly. I see. So there we are. And I'm just putting this up, guys. Just bear with me because we're going to be sharing. There There we are. Wonderful. Right, we've got that. And also letting some of my big old audiences know right across the northwest of England, the northeast of England, Yorkshire, all that stuff. Did you ban Jack? No, Curry. I did not ban Jack. So there you are. It's wonderful. Costella's talking to Luke. That's what we like. There we are. We like a wee bit of chit-chat, a wee bit of banter. And Tam, it was good to have you guys on. I enjoyed that. Fantastic. There we go. And wonderful. So then maybe all come and join us. That would be tremendous. If you do. Wonderful. I'll put in things like stay safe. I'll put in Dinky-Doo as a hashtag. It's a big hashtag. Capital D-I-N-K-Y, capital D-double-O. So fantastic. You should have your own TV show, Scotty, says Nikki. Nikki, I did put it to commercial television just last week, and they said that, you know, we're right down. We're not taking anything new at the moment, Scotty, but I thought it'd be great for lockdown, you know, to have Scottie McClue popping up half an hour in the evening, bit of chit-chat, let everybody know what's what, and we'll have a bit of fun, you know, so what's wrong with that? But we can do it on YouTube. YouTube's actually bigger than television these days, so let's not kid ourselves, you know. Scottie McClue. And I mean, it's 36 years since I joined commercial television, you know what I mean? I've had a good little run at that. Now it's time to start enjoying ourselves, get the podcasts out there. That's what it's all about. So there we are. Can you stop using XXS, Nikki Graham? Why? What's XXS is kisses, isn't it? She's sending a kiss. I would think nothing wrong with that. And we're social distancing. So there you are. So wonderful, wonderful stuff. Let everybody know, tell 10 to tell 10. I'm just seeing what else I can be doing here before I send this tweet. That's the wonderful stuff. There we are. Right, I'm good. I think I'll just send this now. I think that's probably plenty. Just to let everybody know what's what. And I'll leave a space, guys, so you can see the YouTube there. Wonderful. Right, that's what we'll do. And I'll tweet it. I'm just going to say live now, join us, and people can do what they want to do. Wonderful stuff. And we'll have a look at that and see how it goes up. So there we are. Boys says, the spelling in this chat is horrible. It's not good stuff for good pizza. Well, there we are. Thank you very much for all that, though. It's wonderful. And what else have we got? This great chat. So there we are. No, I didn't ban anybody. So there we are. Wonderful stuff. Guys, you should get yourself some proper names and sensible up a wee bit. So there we are. A good pizza says, I don't have a mum. So there we are. Well, everybody has a mum, whether they're with us or not, I can say. So there we are. It's just she might not be with you at the moment. That doesn't mean you don't have one. Guys, I've just put that tweet up, right? I've just put it up this second. How many people do you think have looked at it? Tell me, have a guess. Let me know. Just say how many people have had a look at that. Yeah? And I'll tell you if you're right. I'm just watching it now here. Absolutely incredible. Live now, join us. So there we go. And it's got that. So I want to know. So what we're saying again, no, I will not stop sending kisses. I'm being friendly. Nothing wrong with being friendly. Absolutely, Nikki. Not a problem. 100. 1,000. Wonderful stuff. We like that. Well, it's incredible. I mean, we've just sent it this second. All right. So I have just sent this tweet? How many people have seen it? Tell us. Actually say, come on, fess up, step up to the plate. So there we are. I've got 100 here, 1,300. No, we're not quite at that yet. But it's just absolutely incredible. McClue is a massive, massive brand worldwide. So there we are. And I wouldn't kid myself, Mate, my chat isn't loading, says Smelly. Your chat is loading, Smelly. But change your name, get something. What about Nice Pickle? So there we are. 420, says the impressionist. We'll work out who's the nearest to it. All right. But remember, we've just done it. We've just sent a tweet out there. So for goodness sake, if you send a tweet, those of you that are on Twitter, follow me at Scottie McClue. Has everybody clicked like to the stream? Click like, guys. Do you see my psoriasis is a lot better? Do you see that? Fantastic. So there you are. I bet it was 420. There's Jeremy. Jeremy says, hello, Scottie. Hello, Jeremy. And welcome. Lovely, lovely to have you with us. Tell 10 about Scottie McClue live on YouTube just for you. If it's good tonight, we might make it a regular thing. So there we are. How about that name? Nice Pickle. Now you're talking. That's my boy. Fantastic stuff. Quality name. So there you are. Were you just able to change the name of your account? Just like that. That's a bit easy, isn't it? Has everybody liked the stream? Let's get liking. Like. So look for the little thumb up and click like. And we won't stop until everybody has clicked like. Also, if you're TikTokers, follow me on TikTok. I've got about 670 followers at the moment. I want 1,000, then we can go live on TikTok. So get following. Wait, if my boy is your boy, hen, what did he say? I missed the rest of that. No doubt it'll come back, I say. So there we are. Right, how many have gone on the Twitter and liked the tweet? Do tell us. So there we are. Retweet with comment. I'm going to retweet. I'm going to put a comment in. And I'm going to put, are you watching? And Scottie McClue. If you're on Twitter, you'll see this go up. Are you watching Scottie McClue live right now? So there we are. Are you watching Scottie McClue live right now? So there we are. And we shall see. We'll go and see. I'll tell you what I'll put in here. www.youtube.com. Yes. /user. And Scottie McClue 1. That'll do it. Scottie McClue 1. www.youtube.com /user/ Scottie McClue 1. There we go. And what can we put in here? Everyone can reply. So we'll see if we've got a picture. Let's see if we've got a little picture for you here, guys, or something like that. Looking, see if I've got a wee file for you. I'll put, get a little picture up for you. That would be rather good. So there we go. I'll put that up there. See if this comes up. Ah, there we are. Right. So now, yes. Okay, if you could do the same, guys, that'll let us know. Right, that's it up there. Fantastic. And, oh, my goodness. So there we are. And we'll just let everybody know. Fantastic. Gosh, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I am seeing so many interesting things. Right. Have you been sharing, guys? Get share. Lovely. And we'll let everybody know there. Wonderful. You should all be doing this, you know. This is incredible. This is just incredible. And we'll let you know there. And what else have we got? Oh, Tuesday. We'll let everybody know it's a Tuesday. That's always a good one, isn't it? Tuesday motivation. Right, I'll send that out and we'll see what comes up with that. And that's it retweeted. And we'll see if everybody comes and joins us. They've got the URL. See what I just did there? URL. You're impressed? And let us know. Right, that's it. How many people you think have seen it so far? Okay, all right. Right, greetings from Liverpool. Scotty says ABC. ABC Dinky-Doo. And nice pickle, don't say that if it's not true. That's not good stuff. So there we are. Both. So there we are. Don't joke about stuff like that. Jeremy says, can I get a shout out for my granny? It's her 97th birthday. Yes, Granny Limesman. Happy 97th birthday. And Dinky-Doo from Scottie McClue and the rest of the universe. Just for you. Welcome. I say. Right. How many people have seen the tweet? Come on, let's get into it. I'm just looking at it now. It's incredible. I've got a little bit of water. Now, if you've just joined us, a very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie McClue. It's tonight's podcast. It's the first of our mainstream podcasts. So it's number 1 podcast. How amazing is that? There's lots of others, but this is number 1 of this lot. So there you are. So get on to Scottie McClue's YouTube channel. There's about 750 podcasts for you. And what I would strongly recommend, what people are doing during the lockdown, if you get fed up taking a swatch at my coupon, having a look at my visage, my physog, and you think, oh, fucking I'm fed up looking at Scottie McClue, then don't worry about that. Put it on and listen. So in other words, run it as radio shows. And I promise you, you will be amazed at how much you enjoy it. And there's plenty for you there. So fill your boots, lalas. It's all there for you. Absolutely. Right. How many have seen the tweet? And remember, it's just retweeted. So how many have seen it? I'm watching right now. Absolutely incredible. Okay. It's 1 away from a big figure. So there we are. It's 1 away from a big figure. What is the big figure? I'm just watching. Come on, Twitter, at Scottie McClue. Get following. And there we are. Come on. Yay! Fantastic. We have got 100 impressions. And I've just tweeted. Okay. Fantastic. 105. Now everybody's having a look at Scottie McClue. Get onto Twitter, go to at Scottie McClue, all one word, and follow me on there, and you will see our tweet. Retweet it. Fantastic. If you're a Twitterer, get on there and retweet it. And listen, Scottie McClue's across all social media, so never ever worry. Can I have more likes, please? I need another 10 people to like this stream right now. If you haven't subscribed to Scottie McClue, please do it. And treat this as totally different to anything else online. Everybody that comes to watch Scottie McClue is with me, not against me. So they don't see how can they muck something up? How can they upset people with some very, very immature people? And we used to have the Skype. So you could Skype Scottie McClue live and have a chat to me. And I got a couple of wee idiots on who did swearing words, and we had to ban the whole Skype thing nationally and internationally because of two wee dafties in the west of Scotland that had a dirty, filthy, mucky gob. Oh, a potty mouth. Ridiculous. Come on, get liking the stream, guys. I need another 7 of you to like the stream. You're a wee bit slow with all this. Bit of housekeeping. Get on there and follow Scottie McClue on Twitter. Follow Scottie McClue on Facebook. Very important. Get yourselves on there as well. I think that's incredible. How's this looking? Oh, we're way up now. 115. Fantastic stuff. Right, now this will pick up because, as I say, this is the first of our big evening pop-ups live streaming on YouTube. All right, we've done a lot of live streaming on Facebook. This is live streaming on YouTube, and then it's left up as a podcast, and you can listen again at your leisure. But people like to be there live in the moment, living the life, living the dream, living the moment, I say. So do come and join us and tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that you're watching Scottie McClue live streaming live on YouTube just for you. Get sharing as well, folks. It's very, very important. And if you want to have a bit of a discussion, give us a nice comment about things. Let's see what you're all up to. Nice pickle. I'm going to take that out there, that you saying that you've got corona. It's too upsetting. We don't do that. So ABC, welcome from Liverpool. Love the bones of you guys. So there we are. Right, nice pickle. We don't want that. So you could actually, in fact, I'll just put you in timeout for mentioning a terrorist organization. Psoriasis. Yes, the psoriasis is looking better. Do you see that? Wonderful stuff. It was amazing. I was touring Ireland once. I went up to one of the street markets in one of the tiny little towns right down the very south. And I had to get a new watch strap. My watch strap had dropped on me. And as you know, they only go every so many years. And this one had gone. And it was a market stall, and the guy was selling everything from horse bridles to watch straps. So a real bit of leather work. Anyway, I went up and he said, now what hand have you got there? And I showed him, I went like this, and he went, oh, your big hands, I wouldn't like to get a belt off you. And I thought, this is probably one of the hardest men in Ireland, saying he doesn't want a belt off Scottie McClue. Great stuff. Right, there we are. To your sharing, guys. Come on, we must share. We've got so much to share. And I shall just put at Scottie McClue. There we are. That's wonderful. And I'll put at... That's wonderful as stuff as well. We'll just let everybody know there. Live. There we are. And I'll just put that in YouTube, and you can all get on there and enjoy yourself. More likes, please. Liking the stream. Have you all subscribed? Very important. Get subscribing. That's the big one, I can tell you. Hope you're well, says Kirsty. Hello, Kirsty. Dinky-Doo. Lovely to see you. And yes, we're well, thank you. How are you coping with lockdown, says Jamie. Jamie, we're doing very, very well, doing a lot of reading, a lot of studying. So there we are, and putting a lot of stuff up there. What happened to the Facebook pop-up, Scottie? Facebook misses you. Well, I've done 4 years of them. Several million people have seen them. And if you look at some of them, they attracted, one we popped up in the morning, attracted 6,500 of you. Just like that. So it just shows you. And I was talking to somebody at the weekend, they said, Scottie, I know you don't think it, but you are massive. So there we are. I said, thank you. Thought he was talking about, my build. So there we are. YouTube's better, says ABC. Excellent. Hello, Scottie. J-Dog, lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo. You sound like Jessica Fletcher. Type. Is that right, John? I've never heard her say that. And I used to watch when I did evening shows on the radio. Once I'd got up and got my breakfast and stuff like that, I used to watch Murder, She Wrote in the afternoon. Do you remember Murder, She Wrote? What was the other thing? Dick Van Dyke was in it, and he was a doctor. What was that one? Dick Van Dyke was a doctor, and his son, I think, was a doctor. Are you going to play the organ for us? Yes, I might just do that. You've got more live viewers on Facebook. Oh, some of the Facebooks are right up there. There's one has got well over 30,000 came and joined us. 30,000 radio stations would just kill for these figures. Diagnosis Murder, Blue Summers. You're absolutely 100%. And I used to watch. It was on in the afternoon as well. Now, what channel was it on? I loved it. It was Dick Van Dyke and his son. And there was always mysteries going on. Diagnosis Murder. It was very, very good. That's right. You're absolutely right. And Murder, She Wrote was on as well. Jessica Fletcher. I loved that. Angela Lansbury is an outstanding actress. I mean, wonderful, wonderful stuff. Great stuff. Enjoyed it. So there we are. Diagnosis Murder. Did you enjoy these things? Then there was another one about a guy who was, I think he was a bit OCD. And the theme tune went, "It's a jungle out there." What was that one? Used to watch that as well. Anybody know that one? "It's a jungle out there." I think it was a one word. And it was called after the guy. Things like that. And there are so many channels on television now, but I think that television, because it kind of deserted the audience in a way, and they sort of give the impression they couldn't give two, a lot of people just think, I'd rather go on YouTube, watch Scottie McClue live streaming. Pardon me. Sorry if that was a bit loud. BBC, I think it was Diagnosis Murder. I think the other one was Monk. Yes, it was. Monk. Was he a bit OCD, old Monk? And of course, our old friend Colombo. Yeah, just one more thing, sir. If I could just ask you, ma'am. I just adore Colombo. You get caught up in it, you watch it, and then have you ever watched the whole one again? And you thought, I've seen this, but you're almost at the end of it. Does anybody remember the Colombo with the great singer? Yes, the great singer who had Jesus and all that sort of stuff. And he flew in a plane and did away with the wife and stuff. Home and Away, Alf and Donald. Yes, Home and Away. There's another fantastic one. The Young Doctors. Do you remember that? I was on duty on television when a lot of these programs were going out. I can remember that. I used to introduce them. You say, right now on ITV, it's time for The Young Doctors. Fantastic stuff. More likes, please. My birthday was on Saturday, the 23rd of May. J-Dog, happy birthday for Saturday. If I'd known, I would have sent you a boomerang and wished you many happy returns. Fantastic. There you are. I think Scottie McClue's podcasts are the new television, and there's hundreds of them there. Columbo's the very best. Peter Falk. Johnny Cash is the episode. You remember Johnny Cash, and it was wonderful. And of course, we were getting some great songs, and that was that one. Tremendous. Quite a young Johnny Cash. Love Johnny Cash. Loved the guy. Fantastic. San Quentin, I hope you. I'm going to go now. Bye, Scotty. Buy a good pizza. Thanks very much for joining us. Appreciate it. Take care of yourself. And from everybody here at Scottie McClue, Dinky-Doo. There we are. A good pizza's off, so there we are. We don't mind because I think people will come and join us as the time goes on. And what I'll do, guys, I'll upload this as a podcast, and you'll be able to see it again. And you'll be able to hear yourself getting a bit of a shout out. Blue Summers, how do you know your telly so well? How fantastic is that? Incredible. So there we go. And we used to have, when I presented for ITV, we used to have Now it's time for our programs for schools and colleges. And we had that in the morning from 9:25:00 to, I think, about 11:58:00 or something. And then we did a bit of announcing, and then we were into our local programming. So I would say now it's time to join Jeffrey, Bungle, and Zippy for another edition of Rainbow. Wonderful. The children's programs were on at lunchtime. Does anybody remember Watch with Mother? Let's see. Come on, let's just see how far back some of you go. Do you remember Watch with Mother? Well, there we are. Colombo is the best. Buy a good pizza, take care of yourself. J-Dog says, do you think children will be going back to school on August the 11th? I don't know, J-Dog. We shall have to see. The Scottish government are being very, very sensible and very cautious about all this. You know, because, I mean, if we went back too soon, and particularly somewhere like a school, you know, it could just be a disaster. It's so dangerous because getting young people to social distance properly, you know, can you imagine if you were a teacher saying to people, stop, you're far too close, don't ever do that again? Or I mean, how do you actually, to use a word, police that? You know, how do you ensure that everybody takes care of themselves and does that? So quite a big one, that, I have to say. I'm going to do some more sharing. I hope you're all sharing as well, because this is wonderful to have you all with us and to say Dinky-Doo. So there we are. So I'll keep sharing, guys. I think it's very, very important just to let folk know what we are up to. And I'll see if I can... hang on a second. See if I can just... I'm going to share this as well. I'm going to share it on the Reddit site if it will let me. But we'll see what's happening here. Wonderful. Right. Good stuff. Right, there it goes. And we'll just let everybody know what's happening there. Wonderful. Good. Right, that's it. I'll see if that shares up. So there we are. It's maybe not letting me do it. Let me see. Sometimes it doesn't let you do it if you're posting stuff up and it's onto another platform as well. So I'll just have a look. It's saying I've got low karma. I don't have enough karma to submit at the time. So there we are. So I'm short on karma. There we are. If you want to Reddit and look at Retties and get me some karma, that would be fantastic. We like karma. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10, ABC. Absolutely. If you've just joined us, folks, and you're wondering what's going on, you're watching Scottie McClue. I am the world's top broadcaster. I am the first lord of the internet, and I am the world's most humble man. And we're all social distancing. So I thought what I'll do is I'll pop up and say hi to the world, and we'll upload this as a podcast on Scottie McClue's YouTube channel. And you can come and join us. So there you are. So tell 10 to tell 10. Right. So that wasn't a goer. So we'll see if we can upload to something else. I don't know why it's saying I've got low karma, because I've uploaded stacks of times. So there we go. So very, very strange. But anyway, we'll do that. And all right. So there we are. Wonderful. And yeah, what I'll do is I'll just let them know. I'll send them a little set up there and let them know. If you've just joined us, welcome. Did you see the documentary on BBC One tonight about IBM? I didn't, J-Dog. IBM in Greenock. I'd love that. What I shall do is I shall go on to the player, onto the iPlayer, and I shall do that. Absolutely. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Everybody. Wonderful. And I'm I've been told I don't have enough karma. But I've uploaded to many times. So there we are. Wonderful. And we can let them see what is what. Yes. There we are. Lovely. And I'll just send that. Wonderful stuff. That's gone. Excellent stuff. So there, I'll just put in a wee one for the mods there to let them know what's what. So what I'll do, J-Dog, I'll have a look at that. That sounds absolutely fantastic. Wonderful. Right, that's that one. So we'll come out of that and see what else is happening. Wonderful. Pardon me. So welcome now. If you like this tonight and you send it round and share it, then we can do more of it, all right? Bit of a success thing, and you can let us know what's what. J-Dog says, I'm going to pop off now, Scotty. Au revoir. See you next stream. See you, J-Dog. Thanks for joining us. A very warm welcome, and have a safe and peaceful good night. Dinky-Doo from me, Scottie McClue. Right, get sharing, everybody. We must tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. What's going on here? There we are. Fantastic. And the old podcast. Wonderful. Right. We'll see what's happening here. That's us. Hey! Fantastic. So what I'll do is I'll try and upload it to another one to let you know. If you've just joined us, folks, a very warm welcome. How much Scottie McClue live stream can you take? Do you want me to finish in a few minutes' time? Do tell us what you think. Very, very important. So there we are. And good. Lovely. I'm just going to pop this up, guys, and do a bit of sharing here as well. I think it's very, very important. So there we go. Wonderful. And that's going out as well. Keep going, Scotty, says ABC. Craigo, hello, nice to see you again. Hello, Craigo. Lovely to have you with us. And welcome to Scottie McClue's podcast live. So there we are. Right. So there we are. That's ridiculous. Nope. So they don't want that either. I think it's maybe another platform. People don't want another platform on their platform. Is that a possibility? Such a shame, because it would be obviously fantastic. We'll put a comment in as well and just let them know what's what. Right, I think we've got that. And I'll take that out for them. Wonderful. And just let them know what's what. Good. And that's excellent. That will let everybody know what's what on there. Fantastic stuff. Keep going. Give us a tune on the organ, says ABC. Craigo, lovely to have you with us. Welcome. If you've just joined us, guys, you're watching Scottie McClue. We are, of course, live on YouTube. Just for you, Dinky-Doo. A lockdown special. Fantastic. So you'd like a tune on the old pipe organ, would you? Aha. Let's just see what we have got here. Now then. There's ways and means to do this. Let me see what I've got. There we are. Oh, And what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can get some decent... Is that too loud? Is that too loud for you guys on the oak pipe organ? We shall try this and see what we can get going here for you. Well, I think that's a wee bit loud, isn't it? Yes. I think that's just a wee tad loud. Let me see if I can turn that down a wee bit for you. Right. Pardon me at the end there. There we are. Very nice. So just something a little bit different. That's great. Was it too loud, guys? Maybe try it without the link, Scotty, and just say you're live on YouTube. Aha. And don't send them the link. Just upload from that point of view. Yes. Fantastic stuff. What I think all the platforms should start sharing stuff. Big style. Tremendous. I mean, Scottie McClue on YouTube. It's huge, you know. It's made for it, for goodness sake. So they are a bit loud. Right, too loud, ABC. Yes, I thought that. The other thing is, I think it might be a wee bit quiet if we just turn it down completely. Tell me this. I'm going to try something a bit different, right? And let me know if it's loud enough. Okay? Right, so I'll try this for you. I'll just let you see that I'm playing the organ, because quite a lot of doubting people out there, you know, they go, is he actually playing there? Or there's a wee press button job, right? So we'll see. Is that okay for loudness? How about that? Is that all right? There we are. A wee number for you on the organ. Fantastic. Of course, you can all share as much as you like. Share. Right, so we've added the comment there, and we'll see what happens. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. So there we are. Right. What a lot of nonsense. So fantastic. I'll share it and see what's happening here. Right, excellent. And see if it comes up here, guys. So have a look and see what's coming up. Wonderful. And I shall share that for you. Right, so there we go. And that's going out right now. Wonderful. Good. Now, if you've just joined us, a warm welcome, a very, very good evening to you. Lovely to have you with us. Scotty, can you play Baby Elephant Walk on the organ? Oh, Blue Summers. I could play anything for you, but I'm just wondering now, we're just coming up to an hour. Do you want me to disappear and come back up. What do you think? What would be best? Shall we disappear and come back up and maybe have another chat, or shall we just press on? I don't know. What do you think's best? I watched the latest Billy Connolly programme. I was brought up in Parkhead. We stayed in a tenement and we had to share the toilet with two other families. Absolutely. The toilet. Well, can I tell you a story? In the 1960s, the council were wanting to modernise these tenements. And where there was very often 3 flats to a floor or 4 flats to a floor, they modernised them, all room and kitchen. And they modernised them and put in a bathroom in each house. And they knocked this lady's door. And she'd stayed there all her life. And they said to her, excuse me, my dear, we're for the council. She said, aye, what are you wanting? And she said, they said, well, we're going to give you an inside toilet. And she said, oh, no, you're no, I'm not having all that muck in the house, and slammed the door on them. And it's a thought. Nowadays, you've got ensuite toilets. Do you really want a toilet in your bedroom? Keep going, Scotty. We need the lockdown entertainment. It's a very important service. Public broadcasting. It's very sweet. Absolutely the very best. Well, yes, ABC, thank you for that. I do my best. And I think it's important that we do have something. As I say, for 4 years, I've been live on Facebook Live. And that's been just a fantastic experience. But that is 4 years of it. And we also did 30 pop-ups, plus we did Sunday nights. So you're looking at probably about 6 pop-ups a week for 4 years. You know, so that's quite a lot. And that's an hour a pop-up. So that's 6 hours, 24 hours a month, you know, for 4 years. Keep on going, Scotty, says Blue Summers. Well, why not? It's not a problem. And there's nothing worth watching on the telly. So we might as well stay here. But I will upload it as a podcast, guys. And try and do that if you get fed up looking at me. And I'm sure you may well do. It's not a problem. I don't mind any of that. I'm quite lang in the tooth, as they say. You know, and I've had a few insults directed at me in my time. But what I would suggest is that this is something new. Although I've been around for a long time, this is something absolutely new, and it's big. It is massive. I'll certainly, if tonight's a success and you like it, but do tell me, we talk. That's what we do. You know, we talk. And if tonight's a success, do let me know. And we can do more of it. You know, we can do a few more pop-ups. I'll just see how this one's doing. And that's that. Fantastic. Right. Coming out of that and back to our old friend, the YouTube. Fantastic. We've got everything going here. And I'm just sort of sharing as much as we can. I'm going to share with another page. Let everybody know what is what, guys. Wonderful. Right. So that's what's happening there. And I'll share with another Facebook page to let everybody know. Tonight's already a massive success, says ABC. ABC, thank you. That is very kind of you and appreciated. It's something just a bit different. And I used to be so very, very, very controversial, but I have to say that there's not really much market for that nowadays. It's all been done. And, you know, we've got controversial people out there being controversial. So, you know, I can just have a nice chat with you guys. And if anybody doesn't like it, then tough cheese, I say. Hard cheese. Tough chuck. That's all it is. Right, I'm just going to share again. Here we are. I'll share on the Dinky-Doo page. Let everybody know what's happening there. That's lovely. There's a Dinky-Doo page for Scottie McClue. And you can get on there. And there's a Scottie McClue fans group on Facebook. You can actually go and join that. Tremendous stuff. So there we are. We do like it. I'm just going to share some other stuff. So there we are. And I'll let everybody know what's happening, that we are live now and that they can come and join us. Tremendous stuff. So there we are. That's going out now, and it's just going out. And that will pop up on your Facebook, guys. And come and follow me at Twitter. Rocky says, Scotty, remember me? Of course I do, Rocky. How could I forget you? Hey, hey. We remember you from the radio, Scotty. You do not. Who can remember me from the radio? My goodness me, that's incredible. Wonderful stuff. So there we are. I haven't been on radio now for, about 5 months, 4 or 5 months. I can't see my messages, says Rocky. Well, they're there, Rocky. I don't know what the problem seems to be. Can everybody share, please? Can we tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10? Let everybody know what's going on. It's wonderful. And what I shall do, I'll just share here. Got an idea. I'm going to share in a big group. Let everybody know what's what. And people can come and join us. So the group name is... there we are. Fantastic. And I shall just say, what I'll put here, yeah. There we are. I'm live now. Come on and discuss. There we are. We'll see. Come on and discuss. Yeah, right. I'm just going to share that, guys. See what happens. Lovely. And people can come and join us. I think that's very, very important. And if you can all tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10, you know, we've been on for about an hour. Sorry for the double postings, says Rocky. Not at all. So there we are. Specsavers. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I do have spectacles, but I don't need to wear them now when I'm so close. Oh, can't see you. There we are. Too much. Turn down. Too bright. I always say. Fantastic. So there we are. And I maybe share in another group and just let people know that we are live, guys. I think that's fair, isn't it? You know, it's the best we can do. It's the best you can do, Scotty. You've got to let people know. You've got to give people a wee chance to find out. Can we have more likes of the stream? And has everybody subscribed to Scottie McClue? I need to get that up. There should be thousands by now, guys. People are a little bit slow on the old uptake, because that should actually be into thousands by now. So there we are. And I shall just let people know. There we are. Right. And I'll say to them, hi, everyone. What? Too many caps. The caps lock was on. We don't want that. Right. Hi, everyone. There we go. I'm live now. There we go. Excellent. Come and join us. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, I'm just going to post that as well, guys. That's going into a group, and that'll let people know what's happening. And then you can come and join Scottie McClue live, and we're going to big chat. This is our first big podcast of this series. So there you are. There's about 700 podcasts on Scottie McClue's YouTube channel. Hope the Waverley steamer comes back to the River Clyde soon. Betty, hello, lovely to have you with us. And she will do. She's just getting reboilered. Obviously, I would imagine that will have slowed down a bit with all the lockdown and everything. But as far as I know, they got the money and they got the boilers. I saw the boilers being fabricated, and they're going to reboiler her, and she's in absolutely superb nick, apparently, all her plating and what have you. And also the Maid of the Loch is in steam. Now, both the Waverley and the Maid of the Loch have got engines by Rankin and Blackmore from the Eagle Foundry in Greenock, in Baker Street there. And when the Waverley was built in 1947, she replaced the first Waverley that had been lost at Dunkirk, I think. If I've got this wrong, people will come on and tell me. And she'd been lost at Dunkirk, the first Waverley. I think she was built around 1915. And this would be Dunkirk, right? 1940. And what was amazing about that, the captain of the first Waverley took the new Waverley out in 1947. And of course, she was London and North Eastern Railways, hence the colours she at the moment. And they were all called after Walter Scott's characters, So you had incredible names. You had the Waverley, you had the Meg Merrilies, you had the Lucy Ashton, you had the Jeannie Deans, the Dandy Dinmont, all these fantastic. And then Glasgow and South Western Railways, the Juno, the Jupiter, the Mars, all these called after the planets, fantastic. So there we are. Wonderful. And the Caledonian Steam Packet, Williamson Buchanan, when they started, the Queen Mary II, and, that's the King Edward of 1901. I mean, these Parsons turbines were an outstanding mode of propulsion. Fantastic. So there we are. Right, I'm just doing some more sharing. And if they've just joined us, all the Edinburgh people might have just joined us. You're very, very welcome. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo from me, Scottie McClue. We're doing our first podcast tonight to go with the others of this series. And ABC One's been very kind and said it's successful already, because I was going to say, if tonight's a success, we can probably do a bit more of it, and you can come and join me, Scottie McClue, the world's top broadcaster, the first lord of the internet, and the world's most humble man, live here. Fantastic. Who has just given me money? Somebody's just given me James. James Hasty has given me £5 and said, keep it up. James Hasty, that is extremely generous of you. Yes, I say to people always, because I have a PayPal account, paypal.me/Scottie McClue. And but I always say to people, only give if you feel you can spare it, because I shall use that for advertising. I shall use that to update equipment. I can do things with a few pounds that millionaires can't do on a television station. It's crazy, crazy stuff. But thank you, James Hasty. That's extremely kind of you. What a top man. My goodness me. So there we are. Very, very good of you. And James says, keep it up. Keep it up, James. Fantastic. If everybody gives me £5, we'll keep it up, I'll tell you. So there we are. Wonderful, but very, very kind of you. McClue, of course, asks for nothing. His show falls or stands, mainly stands. I don't think the show has ever fallen in 28 years. And it stands, I take applause or derision on my merits. So there you are. So if you like Scottie McClue, that's fantastic. If you don't like Scottie McClue, I don't care. If somebody's got a problem with me, that's their problem, not mine. They are fantastic. But James Hasty, thank you very much for that. That is extremely generous of you. Very, very kind. Fantastic. James Hasty has just given Scottie McClue a gift of £5. We thank you, James Hasty. Tremendous stuff. But yes, no, if you like it, guys, we'll do a lot more of it. So there you are, because this is the new radio. In fact, somebody's just said that. James says, for a coffee. I know, well, James, a coffee is expensive now. But there we are. this is the new radio, says ABC. Scotty, are you still on the radio? Asks James. Not at the moment, James. I was last on the radio on Nation Radio in Scotland, and I was put off Nation Radio about 4 months ago, about 3 months ago, about 16 weeks ago, because they wanted to do love songs instead of Scottie McClue, you know? So there you are, love songs. So good that, I say, but I shall just pop up on social media and talk to all of you. That's very kind of you, James. Thank you. Very good. I'll ring my bell here. It sounds like the telegraph on one of the Clyde steamers, you know, when they were leaving port. The first thing the skipper would do was go over to the big double brass telegraph and go like this. And then you'd hear it answered from the engine room. And that would be stand by. And then if you're leaving, if you're something like the Waverley, you know, I mean, I don't know how she splits her paddles. I should have asked the late, wonderful Jim Ferrier, who ran Rankin and Blackmore, who was a good personal friend of mine. Jimmy Ferrier, wonderful man, lovely, lovely man, and could tell you some great stories about shipping on the Clyde, because he was shipping on the Clyde. Absolutely fantastic. And I can remember the guys that ran Hasty's steering gear. I can remember the Lithgows and the Scots. Fantastic, just tremendous. The Fergusons I knew very well, of Ferguson Brothers, Port Glasgow. I knew the Fergusons. Amazing. One of them gave me the lines plan of the last seagoing sailing ship that they built in 1936. What about that? If you were taking the Queen Mary or the Duchess of Hamilton out, once you were ready to go, you know, you would slack away aft and slack away forward on the warps, and they would take that off and try and not drop it in the water, you know, and then when that was clear, the skipper up in the bridge, Mr. Cameron, Captain John Cameron for the Queen Mary, Captain Murdoch of the Duchess of Hamilton, you know, and they would be looking and they would be saying, ah, yes, there we go. And then they would put their port engine slow ahead, yes, and steer her out. And then starboard engine, slow ahead both. And the chief engineer would answer the telegraph, put it back. Fantastic downstairs. And they were really effectively, these steam turbines were wolves. Fantastic. There we go. There's a moth flying about here. I hope it doesn't get in my kilt stuff. There, can you see him? Just fluttering around there. Absolutely incredible. If you've just joined us, a very, very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie McClue. We're live on YouTube just for you, Dinky-Doo. We've been up for an hour and 18 minutes. Now, have you had enough? You can always tell me if you've had enough, and I can push off. It's never a problem. I might give you a wee tune on my accordion. Well, it's not really an accordion. It's a button key melodeon. You know, so I might give you a wee tune on that. Wonderful. Right, here we are. You have to tell me what you would like. Can you see it? Just in case you think, oh, pardon me, in case you think I wasn't playing it, you know? So there we are. So I can give you a wee tune. Did you like that? A wee number for you on the box. Scottie McClue, not on the accordion, on the button key melodeon. There we are. Fantastic. Great. Wonderful. There's ABC. Still sitting it out. I like this, guys. We've never, ever done this before. You know, but as I say, if you like it, we can do it again. Tremendous. We've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. Scottie McClue live streaming on YouTube just for you. Pardon me, I did for being rude. It wasn't me, it was my foot. It just popped up to say hello, and now it's gone back down below. Love the button box, old chum. Do you like that, John? Excellent stuff. So there we are. It's a lovely, lovely instrument, that. Very, very sweet sound. I mean, I'm no great shakes on it, as you know. But, you know, we used to play it on the radio, things like that. If I got a bit bored with whoever was calling, then I'd play a bit of that. And there's a lot of the old radio callers on the YouTube channel, guys. So this YouTube channel, although I say it myself, no trumpets being blown here, is an outstanding channel. And everything, there's something for everyone on Scottie McClue's YouTube channel. So I would strongly, strongly suggest you have a good old route through all the stuff, a good old ferret about. And the podcasts, if you find me a bit much to look at, put them on as audio and leave them running, link them all up, and it's just like the radio. You know, and you'll get something that's not available anywhere else on the internet, because there is only one Scottie McClue. You know, and a guy said to me last week, he said, how do you do it? I said, how do I do what? He said, become such a massive, massive force in broadcasting. And I said, well, I can't tell you that. He said, well, I'm going to let you into a secret. I've copied almost everything you've said, and nobody listens to me, or very few listen. And I said, well, there's a reason for that. Now, I'm not going to disclose it right now, but do you know the reason for that? So there we are. They say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So I've never minded that. I've got a big shadow down my front. How do I get rid of that? Why have I got a big shadow down my front? Can we get rid of it? Is there any way that will disappear if I move in another light? Well, why have I got a shadow down my front, guys? Why is that shadow there? Ooh. It's wonderful, isn't it? There we are. Change the lighting. It must be just my head. My head's in the road. I've got a shadow of my head. So there we go. Anyway, that's fine. How's that? Is that okay? Is that lighting better? Do tell, because you can decide how you want the show to look. McClue's Pies. Yes, McClue's Pies. You've got a straight McClue's pie, nice and moist in the hole in the centre. And you've got the vegetarian lattice slice and a rich chicken sauce. Very, very nice. So there we are. We do all that. So there we are. I must get Ian to talk to you. He's spoken to you years ago. He worked on the Waverley. Betty, do. Fantastic. We'd love that. In fact, he could Skype me. I've got the Skype, but my problem was it with a couple of wee dafties from the west of Scotland who thought, hey, muck this up a bit. And they swore on the Skype, so we couldn't use the Skype. But I can take trusted calls on Skype. So Ian calling would be fantastic. We could ask him all about the Waverley. So there we are. So Mr. Ferrier would be in charge in 1947 when the Waverley left J. Ingalls Yard at Point House at Govan. And they would tug her down the river, bring her into Greenock, to the harbour at Greenock, probably the Victoria Harbour or the Albert Harbour, and then they would run the engine pieces down Baker Street at the Delling Bun right onto the quayside. There was probably a railway, I would imagine, from Rankin and Blackmore's foundry, the Eagle Foundry. Now, the Eagle Foundry was very badly bombed during the Greenock Blitz. So there you are. They got the Eagle Foundry. But these beautiful engineers, massive staff. I saw a picture the other day of a massive staff, and we were talking about it. Tremendous. In fact, I might see, I'll just post on that group, and we shall see that we are talking shipping on here. So I'll maybe just do that, folks, and just say that I am live, and if people want to join me, then they can do that. That would be rather good. So there we go. And we'll see what I've got. Sharing a group, fantastic. And we'll see what's what. So we need to know what group. Wonderful. It should come up. There we are. Right, that will come up. Pardon me. I do apologise. I think it's talking for 1 hour and 25 minutes. Although you stop for 3 hours every night. So there we are. Yes, McClue's pie is fantastic. ABC says, brilliant. There's Terry. Dinky-Doo, Terry. Thank you very much. Ian Hasty, thank you so much for that gift. I'm quite overwhelmed. It's wonderful. I remember we had an appeal for a friend of mine, and I was saying, if you can send £2.50, everybody. And this lovely girl, Barbara, she came on and she said, I'm always amazed at how little you ask for, Scotty. You know, people are appealing, could we get £250,000 and things, you know. I said, could we get £2.50? Please put it into paypal.me/Scottie McClue. And of course, everybody went, £2.50, of course. Not a problem. And we were able to help somebody out. Thank you for that, you lovely, lovely people. I'm trying to get this group to come up. It's not come up. It should come up with the group. Well, there we are, but I don't understand why it hasn't. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll post and we'll see what happens. So there we are. Maybe it stopped me from posting sometimes. Sometimes if you post a lot, people think, oh, no, we don't like that. There we are. Share on a page. Could send it out to a page. That would be quite good. Good. There we are. Let's see what comes up there. Fantastic. Good. Excellent. Right. Sorry, guys. There's sharing here. Scotty, do you remember the great Fred Dibnite? Yes. I was down in Manchester, and that when Fred was around. Now, I didn't actually get to speak to him, and they used to confuse Fred and I because of the flat cap. And they used to shout, hey, Fred! So, no, Scottie McClue. Oh, so it is. That's it. You know, that kind of idea. It's wonderful. So there we are. But I remember Fred, a great, great fan of Fred Dibner. And what I loved, he was very like my father. My father was an engineer and could do so many things, tremendous knowledge. A very humble man, actually. And he'd been in the Second World War. I posted a picture of him tonight out in India in 1946. You know, stuff like that. What's this telling me here? This is telling me it can share. Why is that not come up? That's what I find a bit strange. What I'll do is, I think I'll changes might not be saved. Right, we'll leave that, and then we'll go on it again and see if we can reload it. And that should maybe work. A bit of a reload there, guys. Lovely to have you with us if you've just joined us. We've done an hour and 29 minutes. An hour and 29 minutes, I ask you. So there we are. So I'll maybe share in that group and see what happens. Good. And that should come up there. Wonderful. That's what to do, I say. You can't beat it, can you? It's just tremendous. Changes might not be saved. No, we don't worry about that. Don't you worry yourself. Don't you worry yourself. ABC, my goodness me, what are you doing? Sending McClue £10. That is very, very kind of you, ABC. Stop it, guys. I'm a bit overcome here. So there we are. That was not the purpose of the pop-up. My goodness me. ABC, what can I say? And Mr. Hasty. So there we are. That is incredible. It's very, very kind of you. Thank you. for that. My goodness. So Fred Dibness. Well, so what was I going to tell you about Fred? I loved all his stuff. Just absolutely adored the man. And then when he got his, was it an OBE he got? Or an MBE from the Queen? And he took his traction engine down to Buckingham Palace. So there we are. We need more shows on YouTube, Scotty. ABC, because of your just absolutely overwhelming generosity, I'm going to give you your way. Tonight has obviously been something of a success. So I think we can pop up again. Now, the only thing I would say is, what time suits you? That's the thing. Guys, I'm absolutely overwhelmed with your generosity. That is so kind of you. So Mr. Hasty gave me a $5. ABC's just given me a $10. An MBE, I think. I remember when he almost had a chimney fall on him. Well, you see, he was so skilled because demolition companies used to go in and blow up chimneys, but they didn't have his knowledge. And I can remember I performed at the Oldham Arts Centre in 1980. And Oldham in these days was, we took out a show with Scottish opera. And Oldham in these days was still, all the chimneys were standing. And what Fred used to do, which was terribly clever, he got pit props, what you would have used down the mine. And he just took a big Smiddy hammer and smashed out the right number of bricks at the bottom of the chimney. And as he was doing that, he wedged in and banged in the big pit props to take the weight lost by the bricks that he'd knocked out. And he went round the bottom of that. Then what he did was so clever, he calculated it so the chimney would fall exactly in the right place. And what he would then do was set fire, would get old tires and petrol and newspaper, and he would let his wife or his son light the newspaper, and then they would all run. He would go, right, you get out of here now, love. And the pit props would burn until they gave way. As soon as they gave way, that chimney came down under its own weight. Tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. And it's that kind of knowledge. And I wouldn't be so base as to mention the steamship company, or I wouldn't be so base as to mention when this was. But my uncle was a deep sea master. Was Uncle Bob, wonderful, wonderful man. He was 7 times he circumnavigated the world and left the Clyde and went to things like Japan and back under his own navigation. Incredible stuff. Very, very brave, him and his crew. And during the Second World War, he brought down a German spotter plane that was reporting the position to the German fleet and to the German aircraft. And he had rifles on board. I think the rifles would be just in case, the crew got out of order or mutinied or something. I don't know. But there were rifles on the bridge in a case. And he got one of those out. And he was a crack shot. And he hit the tank of the spotter plane. And then they all watched as it went, and the engine just stopped and it went into the sea. And they had to do things like that. And in the First World War, he was in both world wars. And he had 3 other brothers. The other 2 were also masters of ships. And his 4th brother was a chief engineer. Wonderful people. And they were very often torpedoed and in the water. And in the First World War, a German submarine surfaced and came over and said they wanted the code books. And he said, well, you're too late for that. They're in the boiler. And he said to the captain of the submarine, it was quite gentlemanly, he said, tell me, Herr Captain, could you give us a tow because you have put us out of action? And he said, you're a very brave man, Captain. And he said, but we would get caught on the surface by aircraft. So that was it, First World War. Little aircraft, little string bags and things like that. Incredible. So there you go. So there's a story for you there. Phenomenal knowledge, mate, says James Hasty. Oh, thank you, James, and Dinky-Doo to you. Fantastic. Well, when Fred got his MBE, he took his traction engine down, and it looked like, I'm not sure where he parked it. It looked like he'd parked it maybe in the Hyde Park barracks or something. And then he went into his little van that he was towing, and he said, Blue Summer's brilliant. Sadly, old school engineering is a dying art. Well, I'll tell you about that in a minute, which includes Fred. And then Fred said, all right, I better get me bib and toker on and go and see Her Majesty. And he did. He came out wearing the full penguin suit with the grey top hat and went over to the palace to get his honour from Her Majesty the Queen. How fantastic. And my goodness, it could not be better deserved. Lovely man. And then do you remember when he was in a workshop and a guy was hitting stuff with a hammer in the right place? And Fred said, can I have a go? As if he'd never done it. And of course, he was spot on. Now, I'll tell you where else I've seen this. I've seen this on another couple of occasions. Once with my own father, and once with a cousin who served in the mounted police in Canada as a blacksmith in the First World War. Malcolm, wonderful man. He used to, when you would collect him for Christmas dinner, he would point out a sports field and go, I used to play football there, on a Saturday morning. And I said, really? And he said, mind you, I'm talking back a bit, 1906. So he was going back to 1906 when he used to play football. Tremendous. Anyway, he was in his 90s and he was taking a trip to Canada. And he was staying with us because we wanted to take him to the airport. So he wouldn't have, too much difficulty in his 90s. And my sister came out. I was trying to sort a broken exhaust on her car. And I was lying under the car. And she came out and she said, Malcolm says, do you want a hand? And I said, well, you can't bring a 90-odd-year-old out here to lie under a car. And then he appeared and he said, how are you getting on? I said, I've got a problem getting it off. He said, take the whole pipe off and bring it out. So we took the exhaust off, right? From the manifold back, not the manifold, but the downpipe from the manifold. Took it off, brought it out. He went, is it rusty? That was his word for rusty. Is it rusty? And he took his hammer and he went, tap. And it fell apart, just knowing exactly where to hit it. These are engineering skills. And I can remember I needed a part from my 850 Austin Mini. And my father, who was an engineer, said, come on and we'll go and make one. And have you noticed you sort of doubt your own parents sometimes? And I said, but will that be as good as buying one? He went, of course, better. This is brass. This will be in the car when it's scrapped. And it was. So there we are. We made it and it was beautiful. It's just anything made by an engineer right down to is it a tenth of a thou these guys go to? There we are. Fantastic. A tenth of a thou. And the best ones, of course, were pattern makers. For the big companies, a pattern maker. Incredible. Guys, we need to do some more sharing. I do not know what is going on here. But we need to share Scottie McClue and let everybody know that we are live, big style. There we go. Fantastic. So what I'm saying is, if you like the podcast, do let me know. And we can probably do a bit more of it. Fantastic. And tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. I'm just going to let some people know in a group to see if they'd like to come and join us. Guys, those of you who have donated money tonight, thank you so much. It is so kind of you and so very, very thoughtful. It really is appreciated. I'm quite overwhelmed. So there we are. So Blue Summer says, sadly, old school engineering is a dying art. Wow, it's unlike you to stream for an hour and a half. Good Pizza, are you back with us? I just came back. Absolutely. Well, you're very welcome. Well, I'm trying it out tonight. So, I'm in a generous mood. I'm in a mood for abundance. So why not stream? Normally, the limit is 1 hour. This is 1 hour, 40 minutes. So there we go. We'll be doing different topics, of course. Colin, absolutely, yes. We'll talk about all sorts of things because that's what Scottie McClue does. And through no fault of my own, I've been very privileged to pick up massive, massive experience and massive knowledge in life because when I worked in broadcasting, everybody gets to know you and they take you under their wing and take you to see things, And one of the loveliest things that happened when I was on Scott FM, we had the tall ships and the superintendent of the dockyard. Colin says, I remember you from Scott FM. I think we spoke a couple of times. We did. And the superintendent came round and he said, how are you getting on, Scotty? I said, very well. How's yourself? You'll be busy tonight. The tall ships were coming into Leith. He said, oh, we're busy. I'm just going round to see one of the big sailing ships in. Okay. And I said, that is wonderful. I wish I could come with you. And he said, would you like to? And he took me to the control tower. It was wonderful. I had to keep quiet, but I got to see the tall ships coming in. 5 o'clock in the morning, sunrise over the Forth, and this great big ship coming in with the tugs, the ox car and the seal car were the two tugs. I remember them, and they were wonderful. They had Voth Schneider drives on them, and they could do things like, hang on, we've got a problem. Low battery. I've just plugged in. Do you know what I did, guys? What a dumb it is. I plugged into the camera, but I didn't plug into the power. So it's sitting with a big lead coming out the side. How amazing is that? Fantastic. So there you are. So I got to see that. So things like that, I've been very, very lucky. And that's built up the knowledge. Are you ever going to do live shows again? How do you mean live? Do you mean in the theatre, James? There's been huge discussion going on. Wait a minute, I have to have a sip of water, dear boy. Too much talking. Oh, that's lush. There's been huge discussions going on. Obviously, stuff's been put on hold with the lockdown and the coronavirus. But the discussion very recently was how big a theatre do you think Scottie McClue could fill? Right? Now, you've got to be realistic about this. And I am the world's most humble man, as well as being the world's top broadcaster and the first lord of the internet. And we're wondering about Scottie McClue on stage. Would you come to a live performance of me on stage at night? And what format would that take? I mean, this can be discussed as we go on with the podcast. We can talk about all this and we can see, who's interested and who's not. But I also think that Scottie McClue has become so big on media, not just television and radio, but social media now. And this allows us to do fantastic things with this podcast because once the word gets round, bearing in mind this is the first one, all right? I mean, there are about 700 other podcasts on Scottie McClue's YouTube channel, and there's something there for everyone. But bearing in mind this is the first big podcast of this series since we started doing the lockdown. So It's massive stuff. And once the word gets round, everybody can join us from all over the world. So, I mean, I am very dependent on you guys sharing and sharing and sharing and telling 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. But eventually, word will get round. People will decide this is for me. Yes. If it's not for you, not a problem. That's why it's totally different to anything else on the internet, because we don't have to put up with the folks saying, we'll get them off there, it'll cause a problem. We don't work that way. We're all for it. So if you don't like it, you just don't need to watch. It's not a problem. And everybody who likes it comes and watches, and we talk. And boy, do we talk. Oh, I shall tell you. Right, I'm just going to share with a group here, guys, and let them know what is what. So that should come up and say share in a group or share in a page. Share in a page. Fantastic. There we are. And that should actually just pop up and let us know what is what. So I'll leave that till that comes up. Give it a wee chance. Give it a chance, Scotty, for goodness sake. Let it come up. I'll leave that just now. And I'll go back one. Wonderful stuff. And we'll refresh. I think you've got to refresh. We forget to refresh sometimes. Very, very important. If you've just joined us, what do we got? Here we go. Yes, Colin says, I remember you from Scot FM. I think we spoke a couple of times. Scot FM was Scotland's finest radio hour. I know we had superstations. We had Radio Clyde and Radio Forth and Central FM, which I started 30 years ago next week. Amazing. Central Sound Radio it was at the time. So there we are. So James, in answer to your question, it's if the public want a live show, I will do it. What do we got here? Can you say hello to Alistair, the manager at Shoezone? I can. Shoezone. Dinky-Doo Alistair at Shoezone. Fantastic. Pedal faster, Scotty. Says, yes, absolutely. To get the power up there, my goodness. I mean, what a dafty I am. I mean, why did I plug into the camera and say that will give us plenty of power, but I never plugged into the socket? There we go. Oh. What I'd miss when I was gone. Oh, a good pizza you missed. Fantastic stuff. Yes, a chat show, says James Hasty. So what are you saying? Are you saying a live chat show in the theatre? Take Q's and A's from the audience. That sort of idea, and just make it nice and cool. So there we are. You're going to have to change your title, Ima. So there we are. We'll remove that. Ima, if you could change your title, that'd be great. So there we go. He's back again. So there we are. Change your title. There we are. Good to see you, Scotty, and keep well. Waverley's doing good. Oh, Ian Quinn, this is such a privilege. Thank you for joining us. We're just talking there. Ian, let me know if you're up for a Skype call. That would be awesome. Good to see you, Scotty, and keep well. Waverley's doing good. Work continues on the refit, albeit slightly slower. Waverley needs optimism and all the support. Good old Waverley will steam again. Ian, fantastic. Ian, let me know if you want to do a podcast. Let me know if you want to do, this is a podcast. What am I talking about? Let me know if you want to do a Skype call with me and have a chat about it. That would be great. I'd love that. Fantastic. I don't know if you're on Skype, but you could download it and get onto it. It's free as far as I know. I know there are business versions on that. I think you can still get a free version and, come on and we can chit chat. That would be fabulous. But I'm so delighted to hear about the Waverley. I was in conversation with somebody, and her father was a chief engineer on the Clyde, and he said to her when she was young, they should have kept the Mary going. When they kept the Waverley going, they should have kept the Mary going. He thought the big turbine as well. I would love to see the Mary steaming again. I don't know how you would refit her with Parsons turbines, you know, and also they're very expensive. Let's be honest. When I was a little boy, my family were from Ardrishig in Argyll and Tarbert in Argyll. And when I was a little boy, every morning from Guruk at 9:30, well, let's go back a bit. From the 1870s until, you know, the 1930s, the Columba was the 711. And the Columba was a big paddle steamer built in 1875 for David Hutchison and then David McBrain. I'm not sure if she was actually built for McBrain or if she just scraped into being built for Hutchison. And she had a sister ship from 1865 called the Iona, right? So you had the Iona. And the Iona, there were sisters, but one was a lot heavier than the other. Who can tell me why? All right. But anyway, 7:11 in the morning, the Columba left Glasgow and probably Bridge Wharf or the Broomielaw. And she had a post office on her, she had a barber shop, full catering, fantastic. And the Columba steamed down the river. And at 9:30 every morning, McBrain's did a service to Ardrishig in the summer and Tarbert in the winter. And it was the RMS, so you had the Royal Mail Service. And the Queen Alexandra, which was a turbine steamer built in 1911, I think, no, 1912. Built by Denny Dumbarton, 1912. And she was converted. And she was steam. But you would need to be up probably about 3 or 4 in the morning to light the boilers for these big steamers. Fantastic. You can't beat a big steamer. And they were tremendous. And then the RMS Loch Fyne of 1931, which was diesel electric, right? Fantastic setup. Davy Parsons. Generators driving direct drive electric motors. And that was the Loch Fyne and the Loch Nevis. Loch Nevis 1934. And the Loch Nevis was on the Isla Run a lot. And the cost, the difference for the money that it took to get the St. Columba, the steam turbine, from Greenock, where she'd berthed overnight, down to Guruk. You could probably run the Loch Fyne to Ardrishigan back on the diesels. So she was Davy Paxman to start with, and then in 1951, because the hull was quite light, so she vibrated quite badly. And in 1951, they fitted new British Polar diesels to her. And I knew the British Polar diesels. Wonderful. She still vibrated a bit, the old Loch Fyne, but a wonderful thing. A wee shop on board and things like that. And you got tea and toast. And they made brilliant toast because they had a very hot grill and they just put it in quick and brought it out again. And you sat and had your tea and toast and butter. Stop! It's making me hungry. So that was the setup on board. Right, let's see if we can do a bit more sharing, guys. Did I refresh? Very important to refresh. Here, I'll need to go soon. This is a 2-hour job. I hope you've all enjoyed it. We've got about another 7 minutes left, and then I'll sing you the goodbye song. Or do we stay on for 3 hours? Can you imagine? No, I think you can have too much of a good thing, can't you? And I'm too much of a good thing, aren't I? So there we are. But do tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Very, very important. Now, I shall send this out now on the live. Let everybody know what we are doing. And this will get uploaded tonight as a podcast. So you can certainly watch it again. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And what we've got here, guys, lots of different stories all the time. So tremendous stories. Ian Quinn says, I'm steam-driven, Scotty, not on Skype. I'll keep you posted with developments. Please look at Waverley Excursion's website. I will, Ian. It's such a privilege to have you on. All new and plenty to view. Keep up the good chat. Bless you, Ian Quinn, you top man. And please pass on my fondest regards to everybody at the Paddle Steamer Preservation Society and to everybody on the Waverley. Great news. We'll get on her again and get going downriver. Tremendous. I saw there's a lovely YouTube of her going not just full of stern, but double full of stern. So there you are. Let's go, Smithy crew. Absolutely. Very, very good enzyme. Lovely to have you with us. Full of stern. Double full of stern. Stop both. Fantastic. So there. Well, it would just be stop one, wouldn't it? It's one big engine. Ian, before you go, tell me, how do they split the paddles? I should have asked Jim Ferrier, can you have one paddle going ahead and the other astern? Let me know, please. I would imagine you should. So there we are. Ems has taken this message down. Very good, Ems. Good to hear from you. But you got a mention, and that's rather good, isn't it? Most certainly, Will Waverley will be back better than ever. Thanks, Ian. Much appreciated. But do tell me about how you split the paddles. We need to know that. Jim would have told me. He was a lovely man. Used to smoke his pipe, and he'd tell great stories about building engines for ships and putting them in. Tremendous. And then when they would go down the measured mile and then they would get commissioned off Skelmerley. Tremendous stuff. Well, certainly Will Waverley be back better than ever, says Ian. Ian Quinn, fantastic. Massive round of silent applause. I don't want to do loud applause in case we pop the microphone, but massive round of silent applause. And Dinky-Doo, wonderful to have you on. Great to let everybody know. Right, say something about this, and we have to share. Wonderful. Right, here I go. What about the Scottie McClue? We'll share with them, won't we? Yay! Fantastic. Let them know what is what. There are wonderful, wonderful. Do tell everybody about this podcast, guys. And thank you to the lovely people that have donated tonight. Very, very kind of you. Very much appreciated. Tremendous stuff. Now, I've got about 3 minutes left. Do we leave it at that? I'll go on what you tell me. Do we leave it at that? You can't split the crankshaft. It's fixed. So a head and a stern only. So Ian, is a head and a stern both paddles? So you can't have one paddle ahead and the other astern? Because I've just had a thought. I know what you're saying. You're absolutely 100%. So is that why they have to cant her on the river? Because I saw a little launch pushing her out by the bow when she was upriver. And I thought, what a superb idea. And then I saw a bit of paddle. And then off she went, bloom, 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 down the river. So therefore, you can only go ahead or astern. Now, that's very, very interesting. I didn't spot the little launch at first. I wondered if it was some sort of bow thruster. Tremendous, but a little launch pushing her round. Great thinking. This is the thing you get. You get big, big thinking with shipping people. They have to think big, you know. One of the best stories I've ever heard about shipping, and it was a company ordering a new ship from one of the Scottish shipyards. And they sent them a handwritten note that said, "Dear sirs, please could you build us a cargo vessel along the lines of the last one? Yours sincerely." And that went to one of the big Clyde shipyards. Woo! I love it. I mean, how amazing is that? How fantastic is that? Just incredible. Guys, I'm about to run out of time. I'm going to hit the 2 hours. So do we just leave it at that for tonight? Are you up for that? And then we can, of course, come back and do our stuff whenever. But do tell everybody about it. Tell 10 to tell 10, I say, because that is what it's all about. And tonight has been just outstanding. Tremendous. Right, I'll leave it at that, and I'll say to you, goodbye, everybody, goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, and a cheerio. Ta-ra, my loves. Ta-ra, lads.